So first things first, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because my intention has been to play more golf, and I've been saying it. I've been saying it on social media that I'm going to play more golf this year, and it hasn't quite happened. It hasn't happened for different reasons. One day it will, and one day I'll hopefully be able to have more time where I'm going to play and document some of that stuff. That is definitely something I want to do. But this year I've still been working on my game. I've still been working on my technique. One, because it helps me with students, and two, because obviously improving myself, is for when I do get to transfer the place, hopefully lending myself to playing better golf. I'm going to hit some shots just with a 6-iron today, and I'm going to sort of talk you through some of the things that I've been working on quite simply and the reasons why, and hopefully for lots of you it will resonate. So the first things first, so I'm going to hit some balls, range balls into a strong wind. It's horrible weather here on the flight scope. So if I think I'm aiming towards that 150. That wasn't the best in the world, but it's gone pretty. Yeah, it's fine. So the first thing that I've been working on and I've noticed is my alignment. I've had a tendency, I think quite similar to a lot of golfers, where I aim a little bit right, and this then means that I have to get a little bit steep coming in towards the downswing. Actually, what I've noticed is getting more of a sensation of feeling a little bit more open, particularly flaring that lead foot out, actually makes it much easier for me to be able to rotate and clear my hips out of the way, which has actually helped in quite a big way. So the first thing that I've been trying to get used to is when I hit balls down the range, either using alignment sticks, but trying to make sure that I really get in consistency with that alignment. So I feel like it's much easier to be able to open those hips a little bit right. Now, the second thing that I've worked on, and this is something I've done with a lot of my students as well, is I've changed my backswing pivot. And what I've done is I've gone for a pivot where I've allowed my lower body to move more towards the right-hand side. Now, the reason for this is it helps me produce more tilt. And what that does is that helps me get my hands into a higher position. I like this because from here I feel like I can pull my arms down, keeping the club more in front of me. So working on a bit more of a right-sided lower body move whilst keeping my head still, that's been the second thing I've done. And what I've also noticed, without tempting too much fate, is that it's improved the quality of my ball striking. Like that. It's really helped me hit that better quality compressing type shot. The next thing, this is the same thing in the downswing. I've been basically working on two things. The one sensation that I love, and this is why I always harp on about rope swings, is I love the sensation of pulling my left arm down. Now, one of the things that I noticed is I lost this skill over recent years. And the reason why is because I was producing too much of a spinny rotation. See, the problem is if you get your shoulders too open at the point of impact, you can't really pull with the left hand, because you'd come down too steep. So if I sort of show you what I mean with the club, the feeling that I really like is that pulling down with the left hand, as I've demonstrated there single-handedly. But if I try to do that when my shoulders get too open, you see the way I'm going to come down really steep, which then forces this unnecessary shallowing, and then the face gets too open, and then you end up having to close it, and it's just not a very good feeling. So what I've been trying to work on is that sensation of pulling down with the club, or using my rope trainer to really feel like I'm pulling it down. If I just show you what I mean here. So I'm not massively turning. See what I mean? I'm not too much this. I'm just pulling it down with that left hand. And that's helped both in accuracy and quality of strike. And then what I've been working on is trying to make sure that I keep those shoulders nice and square when I hit the ball. And the way I'm doing that is by working on that separation. So see the way I let my lower body go and I keep my shoulders square. And what that does is that then gives me the ability to get the feeling of pulling down without going this way. This is a killer. Still see it quite a lot, both instructional wise and students that reach out for the first time with help. They're putting too much emphasis on this. It just gets too spinny. You need to put way more linear. So if I was to summarize, I'm pretty content. I'm pretty happy. I'd say it's the best that I've hit the golf ball. I'd say it's the straightest and the happiest that I feel with the swing. Okay, like so. And if I was to summarize what it is I've really been working on, you need way more linear motion. That's the big thing. Let that pelvis go more to the right, let that pelvis go more to the left. Working on it like that, and like I try and say to a lot of my students, a lot like a pendulum motion, what you'll naturally find is it's way easier to keep that club going straighter. Start getting too lost in these sort of motions, the club's going to be waving around everywhere. And I think, to be fair, I've hit a few shots here, let's do one more. Can they give a pretty good example of where I am with my game? So, oh, it's the worst one, but it's still okay. I'll see you guys again really soon.